We're ready. Okay.
I'm go outside. Let him go outside.
Let's choose the type of conservatorship. They both on the phone.
Good morning. This is cause number 2020-24219 in the interest of Jeremiah Woodard. All parties, please raise your right hands to be sworn. And please, Ms. Burks, unmute yourself. All right. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
All right. Ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
My name's Christina Burks, and I'm the mother.
And sir?
Lee Woodard,
Lee.
father.
All right. And for the state?
Koya Armstrong, representing the Office of the Attorney General.
We have a suit affecting parent-child relationship with an AOP, and we're having a hearing. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And what are the issues?
There's only one issue remaining, and that's if the parents are the joint managing conservator, or if mom will be sole and dad will be possession.
Oh, okay, then let's read the stipulations into the record.
Yes, sir. The parties agree that the child will live with mom primarily and that dad will have a standard possession order. The parties agree that mom will have a geographic restriction for the child's primary residence to Harris County and contiguous counties. The parties agree that, that child support will be temporary. This will be a temporary order. It will be a temporary order. Final trial.
This is a temporary hearing?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's going to be a temporary order. Final trial will be set for April 13th of 2021. And temporary child support for dad to pay mom will be $216 per month, January 1st, 2021, based on minimum wage presumption. And medical support will be $57 per month, also beginning January 1st of 2021. Mom will apply for a government medical assistance program for the child's medical and dental needs. We're asking, the state's requesting that the court reserve the issues of retroactive child support, medical support, and dental support for final trial, and also reserve the issue of court costs for final trial. That only leaves the non-disclosure. Actually, mom agreed to not have a non-disclosure, I believe. So that's not an issue anymore. Agreed to not have her address left out of the order. So the only issue is what type of conservatorship they're going to be.
All right, let's proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd like to call Ms. Burks. Ms. Burks, are you Kashina Burks, the mother of this child?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and did you hear all the terms that I told the judge were in agreement? Did you hear those?
Yes.
And was that in fact your agreement so far?
No, ma'am.
I'm sorry? Was
Can you
that,
repeat?
yes, was that your agreement so far, what I stated to the
Oh,
judge?
yes. Yes.
Okay,
ma'am.
so the only issue remaining is what type of conservatorship you're going to be, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about that now.
Well, let's talk to Mr. Woodard. Mr. Woodard, is that so far? Is this your agreement?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the only issue we have is temporary orders on conservatorship. Let's go ahead, Ms. Armstrong.
Thank you. Ms. Burks, who has made the day-to-day decisions concerning the child since he's been born?
I have.
Okay, has Mr. Woodard ever helped you make any decisions concerning this child since he's been born?
No, ma'am.
And do you feel that you and Mr. Woodward could make joint decisions concerning the child's needs?
Not necessarily.
Not what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
I said not, no.
No.
We don't
Okay.
see eye to eye with each other.
No, okay. Has there been any incidents that you would consider family violence that has occurred between you and Mr. Woodward in the past?
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
No problem. Have there been any instances in the past that you would consider to be family violence that have occurred between you and Mr. Woodward?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me what month and what year this incident occurred?
October 2018.
And were you pregnant at the time?
Yes, ma'am.
How far along pregnant were you back in October of 2018?
I was 5 months.
You were 5 months pregnant. And can you tell the judge what occurred in October of 2018?
An incident happened at my high school, at the high school we both were attending at the
You
time.
were both in high school at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
We had an incident at school and we both got into a physical altercation, and I agreed with my mother to let the school resolve it, and they weren't going to file charges on him. But once my dad had found out later on that day, he had decided he wanted me to file charges because we did have a physical altercation and I was pregnant.
Okay. And so your father called the police, and did anything result from your father calling the police?
I had wrote a written statement what had happened at school that day,
Mhm.
and I guess that's how the charges got filed.
Okay. And did Mr. Woodard have to go to jail for this incident?
Yes, ma'am, in December.
So the incident occurred in October. He didn't go to jail till December?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how long if you know, did he stay in jail in December?
1 or 2 days.
Only 1 or 2 days. Okay. So were there any criminal charges filed against Mr. Woodard because of this incident?
Not that I know of.
Okay. And then have there been any other family violence incidences between you and Mr. Woodard besides that one?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And do you feel that if Mr. Woodard were to have your address, would that cause any possible harm or harassment to you?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So that's why you agree to let him have your address in the order, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But you still want to be made sole managed conservator of the child?
As long as we can come to an agreement. I don't want it to have to be like every time it come to him getting JJ, we arguing or we don't see eye to eye with each other, or
Right.
always
Okay.
something.
Well, the court, you understand, Ms. Burks, the court can't guarantee what kind of interaction you will have. You just have to tell the court what you think the interaction would be. Okay? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I pass the witness.
Do you have any questions for her, Mr. Woodard? You have any questions for Ms. Burks? Mr. Woodard,
Oh yeah, I got a question about the incident.
for her. Okay. Ask her the question.
So, if based on what you put your report on at the school, was it different from when you wrote your report when you went to your home?
No, it wasn't.
Well, because the police officer that I was talking to at the school said on the statement that I didn't put my hands on you, I was just pushing you.
Objection, hearsay. Speaking of someone else's statements.
Well, he's not putting that into evidence. He's just asking Ms. Burks. That's evidently Mr. Woodard thinks that you said something different to the police officer. Did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Burke. Mr. Wood. Any other question?
That's really it.
All right. Call your next witness.
I call
Armstrong.
Thank you, Your Honor. I call Mr. Woodard. Mr. Woodard, hi. So you heard about the incident. I mean, you just heard Ms. Burke's testimony about the incident that occurred at the high school, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you agree with her that y'all did have a physical altercation that day in October of 2018?
I don't agree on it, because to me, it wasn't an altercation. It was just a misunderstanding.
Was there physical touching or hitting of one another during this misunderstanding?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so there was no physical, okay. According to you. And have you made any decisions concerning this child since the child's been born? Any day-to-day decisions?
I mean, I made decisions. It's just the decision she didn't want to hear. So I just left it alone.
So you're saying that you and Ms. Burks have had discussions about decisions to be made with this child?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We just didn't agree. She didn't agree with the decision.
Okay. Were you incarcerated in December of 2018?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you incarcerated due to the incident that occurred on October 2018?
Yes, ma'am.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
You have any questions for him, Ms. Burks?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay, Mr. Woodard, what happened to your case?
I went to court. They threw it out because they said it wasn't enough evidence that showed that I physically put my hands on her. There wasn't no bruises or nothing, so they threw it out.
Okay, so you were not convicted of any type of physical violence. Is that correct?
No, sir.
Is that correct, Ms. Burks?
Yes, sir.
Did they call you to testify or to ask you questions about it?
It was some lady. She was with the family violence division or something like that. She had called me, and the same statement I wrote in the police report, the same thing. I just told her everything, like even with what my parents were saying, what happened at the school. I just told them everything.
Okay, how old are you, Ms. Burks?
I'm 19.
Okay. Now, what decisions do you think that you all can agree on that are in the best interest of this child?
The only decision,
I'm assuming that both of you want what's in the best interest of the child. Do you think that's correct?
yes,
sir.
Okay, so Ms. Burks, why do you think that you can't come to some mutual agreement as to what's in the best interest of this child?
because when it comes to Lee, I just don't know with him. Like it's either he make an excuse on why he can't get him, or his people. I just don't know. I really don't. That's why I just take it upon myself to just do what's best for JJ myself without asking him.
When is the final hearing set on this, Ms. Armstrong?
It's going to be set for April 13th, 2021.
All right, the court orders that the mother and father be appointed temporary managing servitors and all other stipulations are approved. Final hearing is set for April 13th, 2021. Give me an order, please.
Thank you, sir.
Let's see if you guys can make some decisions regarding this child, because you all are both parents of this child and you need to be able to come to some agreeable decisions. Otherwise, it's hurting the child. All right, we will see you back. We'll see you in April and see how it goes. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Y'all can log off of this one and log back into the one this morning, okay? So she can help you with this. Okay, thank you.
Okay, somebody entered the waiting room. View.
Charday is the AG.
Sorry,
Charday is the AG.
this is Davis and Smith. I don't see, oh, there's Smith. Okay, admit. Admit all. Ms. Parker, unmute yourself, please.
Yes.
Is there another party on this?
No, Your Honor, it is a default.
Okay. Did you already pull it up, Maria?
No.
No, okay.
And I did send everything to the printer, Maria.
We've got it.
Okay.
Davis, okay. All right, this is call number 2020-24154 in the interest of Kingston Davis. Please raise your right hand and unmute yourself, Ms. Smith, please. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Jocelyn Smith. I am the mother.
Okay, for the state.
Charday Parker, Your Honor.
Court will note that the non-custodial parent is Malachi Davis. Mr. Davis was served on October 15th, 2020 at 5:45 p.m. at 3415 Cypress Wood Drive, Spring, Harris County, Texas. He's not filed an answer. Is that correct, Ms. Parker?
No, he has not filed an answer, Your Honor.
The court will also note that Mr. Davis was noticed of this Zoom hearing by certified mail, return receipt requested, which was delivered on November 12th, 2020. Well, it was delivered to the original sender, which is you guys, right?
No, it was delivered to him. That's what it says on the
923. Okay, 400 Greens Road.
Yes.
All right, so we'll proceed by default.
Okay, Your Honor. And just to clarify for the record, Mr. Davis did appear earlier, but he left before he was released.
Oh, okay. All right, the court will note that the father appeared earlier and left without permission. Proceed by default.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state would like to call Jocelyn Smith.
Okay.
Ms. Smith, can you state your name and relationship to the child for the record?
I'm Jocelyn Smith, and I'm the mother.
And what is your child's date of birth?
June 19, 2019.
Who is Kingston's father?
Malachi Davis.
And are you currently married?
No.
Were you married at the time Kingston was conceived?
No.
How do you know that Malachi Davis is Kingston's father?
He was the only one that I was having relations with when Kingston was conceived.
Okay, and do you remember signing an acknowledgement of paternity when Kingston was born?
Yes.
Do you remember Mr. Davis signing the acknowledgement of paternity also?
Yes.
And are you asking the court to establish the parent-child relationship between Malachi Davis and Kingston?
Yes.
How old is Kingston?
17 months.
When was the last time you saw Mr. Davis?
Sometime last week.
Okay. And did you and Mr. Davis live together at any time since your son was born?
No.
And has Mr. Davis provided financially at all for Kingston since he's been born?
He's given me about $400.
Okay. And you are requesting that you and Mr. Davis be made joint managing conservators, correct?
Yes.
And you feel that this will benefit Kingston physically, psychologically, and emotionally, correct?
Yes.
And you're also requesting that you be designated as the primary managing conservator with the exclusive right to designate the primary residence of the child within Harris and contiguous counties, correct?
Yes.
And you believe this is in Kingston's best interest, correct?
Yes.
And are you further requesting that Mr. Davis be granted a standard possession order?
Yes.
And is there private health or dental insurance available to you at a reasonable cost for Kingston?
Yes, I have it.
And so Kingston is covered on health insurance through your employer, correct?
Yes.
And what is the cost of that health insurance?
I do not pay anything.
And that's for both you and Kingston, correct?
Yes.
And Kingston's been on that insurance since he was born, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you're requesting that the court order you to keep providing that medical insurance, but you're not requesting cash medical support, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And are you aware if Mr. Davis is working?
Yes.
And to your knowledge, has he worked for the most part since Kingston was born?
Yes.
And are you requesting that based on his 3/4 wages for 2020, which is the first quarter, he made $5,125.03. The second quarter, he made $3,273.02. And then he had another job where in the second quarter, he made $1,267.80. And in the third quarter, he made $9,699.69. And he also received 2 unemployment payments in 2020 of $760 apiece, correct?
Yes.
And you're requesting that based on that information, his child support be set at $609 per month beginning on January 1st, 2021, correct?
Yes.
What type of work does he do, Ms. Smith?
I know he works at a call center from home.
Okay, go ahead.
And Ms., are you requesting the court enter a retroactive child support judgment in the amount of $5,798 for the periods from June 19th, 2019 till today's date?
Yes.
And that is based on his 2020 wages and his wages in 2019 of his fourth quarter wages in 2019 of $6,102.33, his third quarter wages of $2,408.24, his second quarter wages of $4,286.70, and his first quarter wages of $3,718.44. And also he had another job at the time where his third quarter wages were $172.62, correct?
Yes.
You're requesting that the retroactive child support be paid back at $79 per month beginning on January 1st, 2021, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you're also requesting that Mr. Davis be 50% responsible for uncovered health care expenses for your child, correct?
Yes.
And are you also requesting that Mr. Davis be responsible for court costs as billed to be paid by March 8th, 2021?
Yes.
Are you asking this court to confirm this default judgment? I mean, are you asking this court to grant this default judgment?
Yes.
And you believe this is in the best interest of your child, correct?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have no further questions for this witness.
All right, the court will approve the order submitted. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Smith, because you've already signed the order, you're free to go.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.